Okay, let's start where we left off. The last stream was really fun. I put a video up of the recording, and let's kick the notebook real fast and restart and run all cells and just kind of get to where we were. One of the ways we can do that is let's like kind of just check in on this recording. So what we did was all right. We started with this drawing, and we're working through the process of what happens when we digitize this, and how do we recover the semantics of the text as we work through this and eventually make it accessible. So the drawing has two different sides to it. On the back, I actually have some descriptive text. So when we started working with the image, we were actually able to go and align, put bounding boxes around each of the areas of the document, and then eventually get to a place where the
drawn in stolen copper plate with
let's funny. So now let's run, and now we're getting close to the last
voiceover on
listens.
Firefox. Most file. Users Tonif 80 VPN. Link. Tonifist link. Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web. Link. Tonifist turn vertically in small caps with a 6mm comb brush. Link. Tonifist drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6mm nib. Link. The fanciest Tonifist drawn in stolen copper plate with a zebra G nib. Link. Tonifist drawn with a hard left lean from a green pilot parallel 3.8mm nib. Link. Tonifist drawn in Tonifist. Link. Tonifist drawn with a hard left lean from a green pilot parallel 3.8mm nib. Rect. You are currently on a link.
So that's where we got to. We were able to take the image and overlay the positions and descriptions and labels over top of the elements. So today, let's go and revisit that. Let's see. Oh no, label is not in the columns. Okay, why is that? Oh, because I lost the bounding boxes, didn't I? Oh, well, that's extremely, extremely disappointing. I feel like, there's probably a place in the video where those values are. Let's go see if we can find it. It'll actually make our work a little bit easier. Let's see if we can get to a place where, oh, this is so disappointing. So what I should have done is I should have, so we need to find a place where we're looking at data frames. Looks, okay, there it is. Here are the values. These are the values we need. Great. Okay. So, I think the fun thing to do would be to OCR this, but we're not going to do that. We are going to take a screenshot. Great. And then we're going to put that into our document here. And then I am going to just transcribe the values. This is literally the quickest thing I can do. And let's say we're going to use some YAML here, and then we're going to say brush. Hopefully this won't take too long. And I remember we also want description a little bit. I guess the order of these things doesn't matter. No, the order of these things does matter. So let's put we actually really want description at the top here, and then we're going to put X, Y, and I'm sure I don't mind doing work by hand. Like, the whole point of these exercises is to demonstrate script and calligraphy. So let's, I think in doing this, we'll actually be able to like normalize some values here. Like, it looks like X stays pretty consistent, and so will the width. So let's do the brush. Okay. Parallel. trying to get the, where's dictation? Okay. Parallel. Parallel. Is it not listening to me? Okay. It does not seem that I can use my dictation right now. So now we've got dictation. Parallel, pointed, broad, comb, description, question. All right. I don't understand it. Anyway. Parallel, pointed, broad, comb, description. I'm going to continue to try and use these accessibility things because sometimes it reminds me of like using multimodal transportation where I'm trying to use like multimodal inputs. Sometimes, it's better to, all right, what width do we want to choose here? Let's pick the longest one, 1126. So now we'll copy this over to everybody because X and width will be the same. So now let's go here, do a tab, and then, okay. All right, great. So now we should be able to just go. So we're going to call this actually B boxes raw. So now I'll be able to go and put this into the image. Okay. And when I do this here, there's probably an unfamiliar syntax to anybody here, but I'm kind of writing this weird. I've made myself a little tool that helps me write some hybrid of Python and Markdown. So now this is what bboxes looks like. And we have to go and add the height. The height seems to vary for everything. So the height of the description is 2022. And then this is 262, 280, 211, 274, 202, 138. So those are the heights. And then we need to add the Y position. So for the brush, we have 1188. Looks like it's going to be in descending order. 902, 712. Broad is 455. Comb is 256. 1469. And then back up at the top, we have 55. Okay. So now I can go here and then I can say that this is bbox. And then I'm going to go and add bboxes equals bboxes. So when I do this in the future, I should okay, expect it to be a list. Okay, so it's expected to be a list. So the format of this is a list. Okay. So let's go and see what this selects. Okay, I don't want it to select all that. Alrighty. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's get some cursors. Okay, so then we're gonna go and do label : we're gonna give this a tab. Actually, oh boy. Nightmare fuel. It was so good. Clearly the multi-cursor thing is borked in this shit. as it always is. It's so frustrating. I don't really want to use Microslop. I don't know what to do anymore. I hate all the tools I have to use. Okay. I should not be negative. There are rough edges to these things that make me struggle. So this looks like it might be the right format now. Okay, let's see. All right. Now, all right, great. That means that so the front is now lined up and it's actually more consistent, which I find very exciting. And then let's go run this. And now this has the boxes. That's awesome. Let's do our revision work while we're up here. So as I go down, what I'm going to do is just keep collecting the imports that we use. Okay, so let's cut that. And so these look like very good things to merge. This is going to get merged. All of these, we're going to kind of group them together. They're kind of more constants. Yeah, we're still kind of at the top of the document here. So, yeah, that's cool. That's work. That's work. That's non-work. Okay. This is non-work. Work. Okay. Looks like all that now goes up tippy top. And then we should rah-rahs. Wonderful. Okay. Let's see, how far do we go? That looks like everything's highlighted. It looks like we're missing something on the it looks like description's messed up. Is it messed up here? Yeah, it looks like we messed up description. And how did we mess up? Oh, because it's missing its Y, which I think was 55. Okay, so now, no, that was not 55. It was like what was it? I should have looked instead of description. It says Y is at 55 and height is at 202. And what, oh, okay. I mixed up the height and 202. All right, so now everything is labeled appropriately. Very excellent. And then we get all the way to the end here, and now that's written a file that we can go and listen to in isolation because Jupyter has taken control of our tabbing. It looks like, so let's see if we go to Firefox. I think there is a accessibility show tabbing order. Okay. It said 7. Okay. Start here and then hit show tabbing order. Okay, it just says 7. I guess it's not seeing those maps, but we do have tabs and we do have focus. Maybe we say that, what is actually focused? Is it the area? So can I go and say that, and add area focus what do I focus visible? Yeah, focus visible. Border 2 pixel black, 2 pixel solid. Okay, doesn't look like we're getting that. Probably shouldn't be doing this too hard off the fly, but let's go and give it a screen reader run.
Voiceover link. Tonifus drawn with a hard left lean from a green pilot parallel. Link. Tonifus drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6mm nib. Link. The fanciest Tonifus drawn in stolen copper plate with a zebra G nib. Link. Tonifus drawn with a hard left lean from a green pilot parallel 3.8mm nib. Link. Tonifus drawn in Tonifust's brush hand with extravagant rococo flourishes bound for rubble. Link. Question. Rect. You are currently on a link inside of an axe image map. To click link, Tonifus turn vertically in small. Voiceover off.
Okay, so that's what it sounds like. And we're basically have been working with the image the whole time, but let's go and work in pure text here. So Alt has all of the stuff that we need. So let's go and make the pure text representation. That'll be our reference for what it should sound like. And then when we can go back and almost basically verify that against the we can verify that against the image and what that sounds like. So the way we're going to do this is let's use some Pug. I think I have Pug. Let's see. Section. Is that going to give me Pug? Okay, great. So now what we have is we have an H group, and it's an H1, and it is a calligraphy drawing of, quote, Tony Fast. Of the letters Tony Fast. Because it's not me, right? But it is a representation. So I believe that that would be kind of how we show that. And then the description, I forget how I do this here. So this would be alts. And alts is a series. Yeah, it's a series. Let's see if this will do it. Description. Yeah, that's really great. So we don't want to escape it. So now it'll actually have the data tags. And then we're going to go and we're going to look at B boxes. And for box in B boxes. Yeah, that's fine. We're using that value anyway. Okay, so this is going to be OL each box in front. What do we call the B box front? B box back. Okay, fine. That's those are the B boxes that we're using. But I just want to kind of like reuse B box back B boxes for each B. Make a list item. And then inside of there, we're just going to put the, just for now, we're going to go and put the alts and box. Okay. B boxes, box label. Okay. So now here are the HTML versions of all of those things that we wrote earlier. So in theory, this is what it should sound like. We're missing the question. Let's go and add the question. What's the question that we have? What is on the back of a screen? And that's an alt. There it is. Question. What is on the back of a screen? No back to a mirror. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what to do with that semantically. Okay, and now everything should be filled in. And we're only going to do this if pipe bbox get label complement. So we don't want to do description or question in here. So we're going to take this, then we're going to split it, and then we're going to say contain. So when it doesn't contain this, go, what do you, oh yeah, that syntax is going to be mad. Nice. All right, great. So now this has, like it says, Tony Fast written 6 times with 5 pens. So we have a list of 5. I love that. This is, all right, let's give this a label. Call this description. And then this is going to get aria labeled by. So now this will show up nicely in the list. Okay, so now I think yeah, so let's go and, so we got this pug. And then this is what? This is plain text. All right, and the plain text is of what type? I think I have like a special okay, so it's a pug type. So that means that it's got like, I think it's got repr HTML here. So that, what you mad about, bro? Okay, indent line 2. What? Oh, I don't understand what you're mad about. Okay. All right, how's this work? So string.render, okay. Render globals. Why are you doing that? Unexpected indent on line 2. Huh, I am very unclear about what is actually going wrong here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at, it's showing me the plain text. It's showing me the, okay, so that's the raw text. Oh no, that's, yeah. But then when I render it, oh. But if I display it, it gets mad? Oh, I wonder if it's because of the type of this thing. Interesting. I don't like this error message. Yeah, that's exactly, there it is. Nailed it. Yeah, the type's weird. It's having a problem with one of the types. Okie dokie. So what we can say is that this, so plain HTML, let's say, all right, plain text equals this. So now let's go and say that. That's cool. Okay. And then let's go and do pipes around this whole thing. All right, so now the plain text, and then we're going to pipe that into a do display. Wonderful. Okay, so is it just gonna show, okay, so it's gonna do that, we don't need to do the display. Yes, we do. Do display. And then we are going to render it. Operator, adder, getter, or method caller, render. So now it's rendered, and then we turn that into a string, and that is the plain HTML. All right, beautiful. So now plain HTML looks like what? That's great. Beautiful. Okay, so now when we go and write our document, So let's move this up above body here. And then at the very tippy top, okay, add the beautiful soup. So then we're going to do plain HTML plus that. Yep. Yep. Okay. And then we can go take a look, see where we are. All right, great.
File. Users Tonifist logo. File. Users Tonifist 100 download. Link. Tonifist turn link. Tonifist turn vertically in small caps with a 6 mil down 100 down link. Tonifist link. Tonifist turn link. Tonifist turn vertically in small caps with a 6mm comb brush. Link. Heading E. A calligraphy drawing of the letters. A calligraphy drawing of the letters. Left double quotation mark. Tonifist. Right double quotation mark. Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web. List Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web and 50 more items. 5 items. 1 Tonifist drawn in Tonifist's brush hand with. Extravagant. List item. Extravagant. Rococo. List item. Rococo. Flourishes bound for rubble. 2. Tonifist drawn with the hard left lean from a green pilot parallel 3.8mm nib. 3. The fanciest Tonifist drawn in. Stolen copper. Plate with a zebra G nib. 4. Tonifist drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6mm nib. 5. Tonifist turned vertically in small caps with a 6mm comb brush. List 1 item. Bullet. 1. Axe image map. Link. Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web. Link. Tonifist turned vertically in small caps with a 6mm comb brush. Link. Tonifist drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6mm nib. Link. The fanciest Tonifist drawn in stolen copper plate with a zebra G nib. Link. Tonifist drawn with a hard left lean from a green link. Tonifist drawn with a hard left link. Close tab. Image. Button. Group. Voiceover off.
All right. It's getting there. Pretty happy. So now I think it's time to, so one of the things that I was actually curious about is let's give each of these list items that we make here an ID. Actually, let's give the paragraph an ID. So the paragraph ID equals box label. What is going on? Why? Okay. Oh, box. All right. Label. I don't like all this. Okay. Label. Label. Okay, so now we've got the ID, we've got the label, and what I was curious about is if in the map I can replace alt with aria equals dict labeled by equals index probably. Okay, so let's look at those maps real fast. Okay, so now they have aria labeled by, and let's go and see if that actually does what we're asking for. Okay, so Control L. Let's see.
Voiceover on link. Tonif dot one Google. Pick a search engine. Men back. Fire. Open a new back button. Google. File. 133%. Reset zoom level. But 133%. Reset zoom level button. Download link. Tonifist turn vertically in small caps with a 6mm comb brush. List 1 item. Rect. You are currently on a link. Inside letters. Unselected a calligraphy drawing of the letters. Left double quotation mark. Tonifist. Right double quotation mark. Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web. List Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web and 50 more items. 5 items. Bullet. 1. 1 Tonifist drawn in Tonifist's brush hand with. Extravagant. List item. Extravagant. Rococo. List item. Rococo. Flourishes bound for rubble. Bullet. 2. 2. Tonifist drawn with the hard left lean from a green pilot parallel 3.8 millimeters nib. Bullet. 3. 3. The fanciest Tonifist drawn in. Stolen copper. Plate with a zebra G nib. Bullet. 4. 4. Tonifist drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6 millimeter nib. Bullet. 5. 5 Tonifist turned vertically in small caps with a 6 millimeter comb brush. List 1 item. Bullet. 1. Axe image map. Link. Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web and 50 more items. Link. Tonifist turned vertically in small caps with a 6 millimeter comb brush. Link. Tonifist drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6 millimeter.
So it's excellent is now we're reusing the text that's on the page to represent the image. The aria labeled by is working. Very, very cool. So now I have accessible text.
Link. Tonifist drawn in / users. Link. Voiceover off.
I have accessible text of the content that somebody can go and listen to on a screen reader. So we've been able to elevate or extract the pure text content and see how these labels are physically represented. Okay, so now we have one image map going, and then what is the order of tabbing? So it hits the comb first, and then it hits that, and then back up to the top, and then down to the question. All right, so it looks like it's going out of order, and we want to get description to the top somehow. So let's figure out where that's happening at. So I think DF, we have question. So we want to put description all right, where do we go and reshape the index? So we put the index there. Question to list. Okay, so let's just write it in the order that we want it. So we want question, brush, parallel, pointed, broad, comb, split. So now let's go and just do this as the re-index. And now we're always in control of that. And now we should have a more natural. What are you doing? That's silly. Oh, that's seizure worthy. Great. Good job, guys. I don't even care anymore. Anyway. Okay. Did it rewrite it? Why, guys? Why? All right. Looks like you can fix that by anyway. Is there a fix? Map. So the first one is comb, broad, okay, it looks like, oh right. So did we exclude description? It looks like we did exclude description. So that's probably why we're missing that. Don't remember. Okay, plain HTML. Then we go and make the maps. We're back to the images. Where's our maps? Okay, maps. Okay, so all of these go through, and then DF index, brush. All right, description is missing. Oh, yeah, of course it is. It literally is missing. Okay, so now go down. Whew, you can tell when you're like spiraling, you start to get just all these extra cells. Okay, descriptions first. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. All right. So now I think what we really want is to make these links to each other. Okay. So then we'll go and say that there is so now this is going to be a paragraph, and then this is going to have a link, and this is going to go to href equals plus label plus dash area. Okay. And now map is going to get ID equals F index dash area. Okay. And then this is going to have a circular reference back to F dot index. Okay. So let's put this ID onto the text, and now let's see if we can go and take a look at this. All right.
Voiceover on Firefox. Mozilla heading level 1. 4 items. Tonifist rip link. Tonifist drawn in Tonifist's brush hand with flourishes bound for rubble. Bullet. 2. Link. Tonifist drawn with a hard left lean from a green pilot parallel 3.8 millimeters nib. Bullet. 3. Link. The fanciest Tonifist drawn in stolen copper plate with a zebra G nib. Bullet. 4. Link. Tonifist drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6 mil. Link. Tonifist drawn in lowercase black letters. Link. Tonifist link. Link. Tonifist written 6. Link. Tonifist turn vert. Link. Tonifist drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6 millimeter. Visited. Link. Tonifist drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6 millimeter nib. List Tonifist written 6. Link.
Okay, it doesn't look
download.
like I can make a
visited.
link.
Tonifist turn vertically in small. Link. Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned. Link. The fanciest Link. Tonifist drawn with voiceover off.
Okay, let's just take a look here. And these things do have IDs. So this does have a description. The ID is on that. Okay, it didn't get the A yet. All right. Do we have all right, so those are the images section. Okay, so now it looks like the right one. That's interesting. It doesn't, so I can go to parallel. All right, so parallel area. Okay, and then that's and this has an I guess I can't make that's interesting. It doesn't look like I can make like a direct link to the area. That's interesting. So I can tab to an area and I can get it to go back to the link, but I can't seem to get it to go back into the tab order. That's kind of interesting. I don't understand why that's happening. But anyway, yeah, now if we consider where we were, we have this image map where everything appears as a link, and now we actually have the text, and the two seem very aligned to each other. Let's see. Let's give it one full listen.
Voiceover on Firefox. Mozilla heading level 1 a calligraphy drawing of the letters. Left double quotation mark. Tonifist. Right double quotation mark. Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web. List Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web and 50 more items. 5 items. Bullet.
So I want to reverse this.
1. Visited. Link. Tonifist drawn in Tonifist's brush hand with flourishes bound for rubble. Bullet. 2. Visited. Link. Tonifist drawn with a hard left lean from a green pilot parallel 3.
So Rococo doesn't get read as an insert. I wonder if that is a system setting or a voiceover setting.
0.8 millimeters nib. Bullet. 3. Visited. Link. The fanciest Tonifist drawn in stolen copper plate with a zebra G nib. Bullet. 4. Visited. Link. Tonifus drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6
Let's just use actual quotes so they don't get read.
millimeter nib. Bullet. 5. Link. Tonifus turned vertically in small caps with a 6 millimeter comb brush.
Okay.
Voiceover
So let's
off.
finish up these sounds. And let's move some stuff around so it is in more consistent places. So we've got images, data. So let's say that over here we've got OL images, LI image. What is it? Is it front images dot data? Okay. So that prints out. Okay. So that prints out 1. All right. So we really just want set another little div here for the images. And then we can go and put both of the images there. Okay. And let's go and also put the map in. So the map probably, I don't know. I feel like the map can probably go anywhere. I'm not sure. I could probably check and see what its semantics would do, but I'm not really too interested, to be honest. So let's just put maps. Yeah, dot data. Okay, so now we go and write plain HTML, and then it's written over here. Okay, so now both of our, now it looks like both of our, the front and the back page are on here. I'm not going to worry about the style. The linear is kind of fine. And then if I tab, let's see, if I go into this, it's interesting that the map doesn't show up in the tabbing order. See, I get the first, oh, I wanted to reverse these. So how do I go? So each, we had an each. Plain HTML. Great. Each reversed. Okay. All right, now they're reversed, so now they're in their natural order. So we give the whole document a title. We have a heading, important accessibility wise. We have a list, it's labeled. And then we have these tabs. So I think what I actually want is I want to put the back page first. So I think now I'm starting to see what the structure appears a little bit more like. So we've got images here. Let's see if we can go and think about images a little bit differently. So it's L image, and this would go, basically what we want is we want L H2 front page. And this will go in a section called front, ID equals front. And then it will put the image inside of there. That's great. Okay. So section images, H2 front page, image, back page. So now it'll be easier to navigate to the front page and the back page. And if I go, I think I actually want to put the back first because of I don't think I'm supposed to be doing what I'm doing. I'm probably breaking spec. I feel like an image only can have one, like an image map can't be shared because it's really screwing up some of the tabbing that's happening when I seem to do that. But, okay, unsupported types for none. Okay, what you got? 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 Images.pipe. Okay, okay, I see what you're doing. Images. Okay, so let's go and copy this and then copy this. And we're just going to add this big section area that we made right here. And we're going to do that. Okay, now we should be able to running it, sick. Okay, so now let's go and hit our tab order. Okay, we get the first 5 pens. And then it says that I guess there's 12 total tabs on page, but it just doesn't seem to be pulling out the okay. So now we're tabbing through the bottom. But what I still love is that even though there's something unexpected happening here, we still get this like linked focus on the shared maps, which I think is an odd outcome of the technique here. But if we go and we were to look at this, it all has its headings. There, I don't know if it would. I don't think it fit. I think where we are right now, we're at a really strong semantic representation of a page of calligraphy drawings. The semantics of the text in drawing are represented. The text is mapped back to the image. All we're really talking about right now is kind of the accessibility part. The tabbing feels good. Let's just give it one last listen.
Voice file. You are YouTube m-ut web content. Heading level 1 a calligraphy drawing of the letters left double quotation mark tonifist right double quotation mark. 4 items. A calligraphy drawing of the letters left double quotation mark tonifist right double quotation mark tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web. List tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web and 50 more items. 5 items. Bullet 1. Link. Tonifist turn vertically in small caps with a 6mm comb brush. Bullet 2. Visited. Link. Tonifist drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6mm nib. Bullet 3. Visited. Link. The fanciest tonifist drawn in stolen copper plate with a zebra G nib. Bullet 4. Visited. Link. Tonifist drawn with a hard left lean from a green pilot parallel 3.8mm nib. Bullet 5. Visited. Link. Tonifist drawn in tonifist's brush hand with flourishes bound for rubble. Heading level 2. Back page. Axe image map. Link. Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web and 50 more items. Link. Tonifist turn vertically in small caps with a 6mm comb brush. Link. Tonifist drawn in lowercase black letters with a 6mm nib. Link. The fanciest tonifist drawn in stolen copper plate with a zebra G nib. The fanciest tonifist drawn in stolen copper plate with a zebra G nib. Link. Tonifist drawn with a hard left lean from a green pilot parallel 3.8mm nib. Link. Tonifist drawn in tonifist's brush hand with extravagant rococo flourishes bound for rubble. Tonifist drawn in tonifist's brush hand with flourishes bound for rubble. Link. Tonifist logo HTML. Heading level 2. Front page. Axe image map. Link. Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web and link. Tonifist written 6 times with 5 pens to be scanned for the web and 50 more. Voiceover off.
Yes, it's repetitive, but repetition is good. It's with there are 3 versions of the same text on the page. So having 3 versions of the same text said on the page is consistent. And I think this is at a good place to share this. Let's take a peek at the HTML real fast and just see how my smell checks go. So we have an H group, we have an H1, we have a description. So these should probably be added to the head of the web page so that there is a title. That would be an accessibility affordance in theory. So we have these links between. actually have a circular link because we can't activate a map area or an area with a link, which seems unfortunate to me. And then we have the images. They're in a section, so I should probably just, yeah, I don't need a div anymore if I have that section. So let's go and add, okay, so section, areas, section. Oh yeah, it was up in images. We're messing around with section here. Okay. Okay. I guess it was down in here, and then we put div images. Oh, I think that's why. All right, now it's all well and good. Okay. Let me do print here. Get a better look at it. Okay. So I don't, that's no good. That guy's no good. Okay. Okay. Let's actually just remove the section part from here if I can. I'm going to put that as a div. Put a div inside a section. I need to wrap it in something so I can put it there though. And then there's going to be a section. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got two sections. And this one does have a heading, which is great. That's right. Yeah. 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 Killer. Okay. And then this feels good. Where are we exporting? We're exporting here. So we're going to pipe L, and then we have a body. Okay. So let's go and do L, HTML, L head, L title, and then alts, description, sanitize. Okay. Head, sanitize, L. All right, so now we've got our head. We'll have a title. So now we have a title. And this is probably a very, very nice place to lock it up. And now we're like hour and 45 minutes in on this, but there's something about this process that I'm finding interesting. I've got a cool notebook now, and I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with doing work with myself and my identity. So, killer.